evening to everyone. Good evening, good evening. So, how are you guys? So tonight we are gonna continue the combat, and in particular, say trying to get some results, what I call the combat results. So we want to ensure that not only we should attack, but we're also getting some meaningful results back, which at the moment we didn't get yet. So I think there is still a bit, to do. But we are very close. We ended up being very close yesterday, nearly there. And so tonight we want to finish this up if possible, right? So let me so I didn't advertise anywhere, so forgot to do it. It is stream number 98. Oops, sorry. Stream number 98. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna post a few things here and there. Okay. So we're gonna post it to IRC, where sometimes there are people that are interested in us. We're gonna post it on Discord. I mean, in our channel, why not? And also in the Unreal channel, why not? And then I'm gonna post it on Facebook and Twitter, right? So if you are connected with us on one of those platforms, you will see that we went live. If you are not yet, you can go to the planeshift.it homepage and you can just subscribe to that. You will find all the links in the web page on planeshift.it. Okay, let me tweet this. So I'm a bit late today because I arrived a bit late, but it's okay. Page 1 second more and I think I will be done. Yes, this is the last one. Okay, done. Nice. So I'm back with you. So what we're gonna do, so let's review the mission that we had. It's actually a very complex mission. This one is a mission that took us quite some time to do, but it's definitely a critical one for calling this a game, because before combat, I mean, you can call it a game, but maybe not everyone will have fun with it. So this is the mission about combat, and we had all these missions already done, which means that we are very close. But now we have the last mission, which is left click, schedule the attack, send it to the server, and get some results back. Okay, so this is what we want to do. I think we're pretty close to finish it, because actually our character is already attacking, which is nice. And yeah, our character is already attacking, and we are already getting some results, but I didn't interpret the results yet. So let me see, what we have. So if I launch the server, let me see if I can launch the server now. I think I built it already or not. Let me just rebuild, because I don't remember where I was, but I will rebuild it a second and launch it. Okay, generating code. Yeah, I compiled it already. I just need to see if the DLL is also up. No, okay, the DLL is not up yet. So we're gonna do this. Hello Maui. Hello Passifani. How are you guys? Okay, so the server is starting. I will show you where we are. Okay, I will show you where we are. And I did a lot of investigations. I think yesterday we did really a lot, and I did a lot of printouts and stuff. So we are, I think, in a good spot, you know, to progress. Okay, so this is up. Let's launch also the client side. Okay, now we show you where we are. Okay, we load our hero in, right? And we have two NPCs actually that we can attack. One is a Kran like us, and the other is a love bar. Okay, this guy. Yeah, ignore the weapon because the weapon is just, you know, a mistake. Well, it's not a mistake. It's something I wanted to test. So, if I press tab, I enter into combat mode. And when I'm in combat mode, I can actually swing. The point is that I need to have one character selected before swinging. And then what we want to do, let me see, do we want to debug the results, or what do we want to do? I would like to see, I don't know if I have enough printouts on the, yeah, the final damage. I think I do have it, but the problem is that at the moment, okay, let's just click it and see what happens. Okay, so I clicked it, and not the client. I want to know, I want to see the server, and the server is saying, there is the result of the combat, right? So we should have a final damage. Okay, final damage is exactly 0. Now I don't know why, but it's exactly 0. I need to see if the armor blocked it or whatever happened, right? So to see this on the client, I think the easiest for us is to actually convert the previous message. Hello, Sway. Convert the previous message that we had here, which is in Combat Manager, and is the one that is sending back. I don't remember if it's in PS Attack or if it's in Combat Manager. No, it's here. It's in PS Attack. So, for example, attack damage. You see, when we do damage, we actually send a message to the client, which is this one, PS Combat Event, which has, let's say, all the information needed to to print out the result of the combat on the client side, right? So I think we need to convert this to extract. I think would be the easiest. Let me see what he has. He has a combat event message, combat damage nearly dead, combat damage, okay, unique ID, target ID, event attack location. I have no idea what is it. Okay. It seems to be the body parts that we attacked. Okay. And then there is the final damage, and then there is an attack animation and such things. Okay. So obviously this is the result of the attack, right? So it is basically when I hit the enemy. And there is one of those for each state. So there is one for damage, there is one for dodge, there is one for blocked, right? And there is one for missed. So DID and one for out of range. No, well, out of range, bad angle, and out of ammo are just messages that you receive on the client. Okay, so yeah, I think that, what we should do, we should convert this to extract and then send this as a result, as a combat result. So let's do this. So first of all, we need a new message. By the way, is this a message we need to multicast to everyone? That's a very good question. I think so. Yeah, all these messages are multicast. Now we can do it in two ways, or we use the usual trick of get all player controllers, and then. But we can also try to use another technique just for fun, which is to use the multicast blueprint node targeted on server and then multicast to all clients. So maybe we can do that. The only problem is that this has to happen on our PS character, because only PS characters are available server side, let's say, to everyone, right? So I think we can do something like, let me go to PS character and see what other messages we have. What other messages we have in PS character? Why this thing is not alphabetically ordered? Can someone tell me how to do it? Okay, so PS character is here. We have replicated. We have a number of view functions, like storage is banker, but we should also have view function. We should also have, yes, all of those, exactly. For example, our receive say message, right, which is the one that we send to everyone. I think we can just create a new one here. Okay, let's create a new one here, which is called, the only problem I think is that at the moment the request for attack, we have it in our player controller, right? The request attack. Okay, so that would be a bit confusing because we have the request attack on player controller, and then we have the result in PS character. That would be a bit confusing, I think. So maybe we should do it. We should do it differently. Because I think it doesn't flow too well, to see that something is coming here and then it's going back the other way. Maybe it's not the best. So in theory we could do something like this in player controller. So we iterate on all the players, and then on all the players we call on their pawn the broadcast message. So we basically broadcast manually ourselves the result. Let's say that this gives us a bit more control. So for example, if you want to broadcast this only to the players that are in a certain range from the player and not to everyone, and yeah, I think it's probably better for that. So it's better because we can control the range, right? Okay, so let's do it similarly to, and also we have the function here already, so it's probably a better idea. Okay, so let's do PS combat. PS combat. This will be broadcast combat results. Now, as parameters, I think we should just have that structure, right? I think that putting in a structure is much better. Hello, Royal Destiny. If I know something about save gaming blueprints, yes, we are using save games at the moment. I mean, we are not saving a lot, but we are saving the UI. So all the locations of the windows we are putting to a save game file, and then we are loading it back when the player logs into the game, so that he has all the windows in the same place, So yes, we are doing that. Okay, so we will have a combat broadcast results. Yes. Now in combat manager, in PS attack, I want to change this thing to be a struct, right? So let's see where this is defined. I think it's still defined in our dummy class, I think. Yes, it's still in our dummy class. So I think we can remove it from our dummy class and define it for real, right? And define it for real. Actually, inside this one, there is also the enumeration. The enumeration, I think we should make it so all of this, I think we should delete, and yeah, let's delete it from here. It will cause some disruption, but I think it's fine. And then we take the same implementation, but in the old code, and we take it back, let's say, the full way. So like this. Say client none. Well, actually, there is a lot of this that we don't need. I think we will go back to what it was, but you are trying to save all the actors' position, okay? And then you want to spawn them back, okay? I remember there was a tutorial on that. I don't remember if it was a plugin or a tutorial, but basically Rama was saving the status of a dungeon, you know, with all the levers and triggers and everything. So I think if you search for I remember there was Unreal Rama save level something. Yes, was this one, Global Data Save System. I think it's a plugin.
Hello
though.
There,
but
it's me Rama, and I'm demoing this game that I'm making. I have my melee weapon here, my melee weapon plugin. See if I can beat this guy. Come on, fellow. I'm gonna get
I think it was this one. Now I don't remember if this one was but I think he explains a bit in this video, because he has the issue of clicking on triggers, and he wants to save the triggers. I think he explains a bit. Now I'm not fully sure. I think he's using a plugin of some kind. I think he's using his own plugin, right? And I don't remember if that plugin is something you have to pay or not. Unreal Market Rama save something. It's probably something that he's selling. Yes, unfortunately, it's costing 77 euro. It's probably a bit too much, boys. But yeah, that's the saving plugin. Okay, so I remember seeing this, and yeah, maybe it costs too much, but it is basically saving the whole state of the game. Now, if you look at the video, maybe you will get how it does it, but how we do it is to pass in some variables to the save plugin, to the save system, and then read them back. One thing that I've seen that made a mess before for me was that if you add new items, if you add new items to the save game, and you forget to delete the save game, which by the way is under save games here, right? So if you don't delete it and you have a different structure because now you added some stuff from the blueprints, you are getting some weird behavior, like it's saying that yes, things are null or stuff like that. So you need to be sure that your save game is compatible with your blueprints. Now I don't know if that's your problem, but that was my problem some time ago. And then I just realized that deleting the save game and saving it from scratch was solving the issue of not finding some variables. Now I don't know if When you restart the game, the array reset with nulls. But do you read back? So you're saying that you read back the save game, and for some reason the arrays are not there? Because that's strange. It should yeah, it should be there. After, I mean, you have to load. Are you loading? Yes, I guess you're loading, right? I mean, it's not that the save game loads automatically. You have to actually load the save game, and you can then break it into a structure or something. And so, where are we placing this PS Combat event, by the way? It works the load only in the same session of the save. What do you mean by session? I mean, if the client is up, okay, I understand. Yes, if the client is up, you load and save, and it works. But does it create the save file? Do you see a save file under save games and your layout, or your save game somehow? Because he has to save an actual file. If he doesn't save the file, it means that you're not writing it to disk. Okay, so this combat message we should put somewhere, which is extract. I think we can do it in combat manager. I think combat manager is probably the best, even if all the functions we placed in messages. So yeah, let's put it here. Let's put it in messages. I think we put everything that is exchanged between client and server here. So this one will become a ustruct. And so it has to be named F something. So we'll keep it F as event combat message cracker. We don't need anymore. In our struct, what do we need? We need to make it struct first of all, and then we need our generated body. So this becomes a struct. We need to make the generated body. In a block node, I'm reading a lot of black nulls, and those are the issue. I don't know, it saves, but you are, I don't know, maybe try with one value only, and you can see maybe you have a lot of different values now, but you should be sure that the save file works. My suggestion would be to simplify it at the minimum, so to have like one variable saved and that's it, so you don't have to mess up with multiple values or something is not initialized in your game, and so you see nulls, but they're actually not the right ones. So maybe try with only with one value. So a very, very simple so all of this I think we can delete because we don't need anymore. Now this enumeration has to become a real enumeration because we need it. So so this will be a enumeration blueprint, and we have to extend, we have to make it a class actually. Okay, and this will be called combat. How do we call this thing? Let's call it e-combat states. No, e-combat results. Yeah, e-combat results sounds okay. And then we want to have it as this uint8 like anyone else. Now I think we need to do the same thing that we have here. So we need to spam this for each. And then this obviously becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right? And at the moment the display name will be identical to the enumeration. Okay. Okay, so this should be okay. The enumeration doesn't need anything else. No, I think it does not need anything else. So this should be fine. Now our struct. So for the struct we need as usual an empty, we need an empty constructor, otherwise it's not working. because Unreal always wants empty constructors, you know, because it create. Oh my god. Okay. And this will do nothing. Oops. And then we need to create properties for each of those, which will be, yes, view property read and write. So we need the event type, we need this, we need this, we need this, damage, target, attack animation, defense animation. So we need all of those things. Now the attacker ID and the target ID, I think we can change them to be, because both are replicated, right? So I think instead of attacker ID, we can just pass in the attacker and the target, and those two can be APS characters. I think that would be the easiest, right? So, so the player position works, but only the arrays are not working for you, huh? This is what you're saying. I don't know if we have any array in our save game. I can check. I can check if we have any array. So your problem is only with the arrays. I can check if we have. Let me launch the editor. If it launches. And meanwhile we finish this. So FPS combat event message. Okay, now here I need something like that, which is my FPS combat event, and then I need yes, like event type. I mean, I need all of those. Just I need to name them properly. Attacker, target location, damage. By the way, I don't know why. And defense animation. Okay, the editor started. Let me check where we have the save games. Don't remember, but I can find it easily, I think. Save. If I search save, I think it will come up. Save layout. I think we have a save layout. Yeah, save window layout. I don't know if we have any arrays, but yeah, I think we do, because we are saving. So yeah, this is the code that we use for saving. Create save game object. Then here are specific variables, you see. So these are really just simple variables. But we also have, for example, this one, right, which is an array. This one is an array. So we are setting some additional. So I don't care about this one, but basically here you see we are passing in the array that we want. So we have is window visible, which is my array. I set it to this, and the target is my save game, right? The save game is this thing that I just created. So I would say nothing very special for arrays. So it is an array and we save it. And I think we have we have other arrays, like this one is another array. And we do the same, we save this. This also is an array and we save it. Right? So default size is another one, screen position is all these are arrays that we are saving. And we are just saving it like this. And then when we load them up, let me check the load window. Load window. So we do load game from slot. We cast it to the right object, because otherwise you cannot actually get the stuff out of it. And then you see that we do set of all these variables. And also, for example, we do set of the array. The first three here are all arrays. You see? So I don't know. This is how we do it. I don't know why it doesn't work for you, but this is how we do it. Okay, so these are all my parameters, and I need to change this to in something. I would like to have. I would like to have the so in attack, in target location, in damage, in attack again, and there is one more, which is in defense and in. Okay. I just have to be sure that the types are correct. In fact, they are not. So it is an APS character. It is a I missed target. Yeah, I missed target. Okay. Okay, I missed target. So down. I'm gonna take in target, just like this, and in target location, in damage. Okay, this is already okay. Now, now what I want to do, I want to do this. So it will be event, attacker, target, and target location, damage, and attack animation, and defense animation. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm also missing this. Yeah, it's an int. Okay. It is an int. Okay, so now the only discussion is why this event type is not an enumeration, but it's just an integer. I think it's a pity. Since we have our enumeration, we want to use it as an enumeration. Why not? Okay. Because I think that this one is exactly the one that we are putting in as right? I think so. I don't know if that helped you, but that is how we do it. So the attacker ID. So why we are creating it completely differently? Interesting. Yeah, for some reason the sequence of parameters is not the same sequence that we have here. So, but okay. Yeah, not the same sequence. So they are okay. We just have to be a bit careful on when we are creating it, but then I think it should be fine. Should be fine. So here we have our constructor. Let's say the one with all the parameters, and here we have our parameters. So now what we want to do, we want to have this FPS combat message. So here we are going to create it new. So it will be, let's call it combat message is fine. And here we are going to create it with the right variables. So we want the event type first, which will be this one, combat miss, which is this enumeration is called e-combat result. E-combat result. Okay. Then what we have? Then we have the attacker. Unfortunately, we have only the attacker ID. Don't we have the actual attacker? That's annoying. Ah, yes, we have it. Get attacker. Okay, perfect. So we have the attacker. Then we want the target. So which will be similar to this. There is a get target, nice. Then we want the target location, which I guess is this attack location, I'm assuming. Then we want the damage, no damage on a miss, makes sense. Then we want the attack animation, which I think is this one. And then after the attack animation we want the defense animation. No defense animation yet. I think we're gonna add it. Interesting that it was then okay, we have the attacker and the target. Okay, so there is the kind of a sequence. Of our structure. So there is the sequence. There is the content of our combat message, right? Now what do we need to do? Now we need to call the function that I just added here, but I need to finish it though, which is taking an FPS combat message, and we call it combat result, right? Yes. Now yes, now this one is the one that we call in the blueprint. Now why is blueprint callable? Because I want wait a second, let me check one thing. I think I go through yes, and I do this, yes. And then this one will be a player, a blueprint implementable event. Okay, so we do this, then we implement it here in player controller, exactly in this way. Do we need anything else? No, I don't think so. I don't think we need anything because we have attacker and we have the two things there. We have attacker and target, so we can at any time. So this will be my broadcast result, and let me remove this if broadcast. Yes, let me just do this. So it is searching all the player connected, is then getting their phone and the combat results. I think we have a distance probably, right, for combat. I think in our globals. Let me see the old code. What was this guy doing? Is there a range for this? Max combat event range. There it is. So we have the variable already. Oops. Okay. It's this thing. So I think this we can remove. So we check the distance from the guy that is sending out the event. In our case, I think is the attacker, right? I think is the attacker. I think is the attacker, and then from here. Did I miss some of your messages? It was like 4 minutes ago. It seems I missed for some. Let me just reload this page. Okay, because for some reason I was not getting the YouTube ones. Do we need to save stamina? What do you mean? Stamina is already saved to the database. It's already saved. So when we exit the game, the stamina is getting saved in a characters table. Okay. So what we do now, we have to create a new function, which is the one that we are gonna call on the client side, right? Which is receive combat result message, or whatever it is. So we need to add this. This one will be PS combat. Did they call it PS combat on the other side? No idea. Yes, I did. Okay, so this will be PS combat, and it will be called, I think we can call it the same. Who cares? Broadcast combat result or receive. No, we usually have it receive, right? Receive combat results. So this is how we call them when we receive it on that side, right? Receive, yes. Let's call it receive combat result. And as a parameter, I think he only has this, nothing else. So this will be a const blah 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 combat results. Yes. And that's it. So this one will be then visible in our can someone in YouTube print out say something so that I see if my messages are going through? Because for some reason on this window I was not seeing the YouTube channel messages. Okay, so so this one we save. Now we can stop the server because we did so many changes. I don't think we can use it as it is, right? Let me also close the editor because at the moment we don't need it, and the client because at the moment we don't need it. Okay, so receive combat results. Now here is where we need to think about a bit, because okay, I will receive the combat results, but I will, you know, at the moment it will be exactly like the existing plane shift code. Will be exactly like the existing plane shift code, which is not taking. And then Davide, we have to do some discussions. I need to discuss a bit with you how we want to do it, because there are some options. We have in front of us some options, and we need to decide which option to take. And I don't have a clear view yet on what I want, but we have some options. But first, let's do it this way, so which is the simplest, and then we will decide. So receive combat results. We are sending back this message. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. So this is already getting called. This is getting called from here. So the only thing that we need, well, first of all, we need to make this child of this, otherwise will never work. And broadcast combat result, we want to call it in all these places. I think we'll be very soon. I mean, we'll be inside this stream, I think, or not. I don't know. Maybe while it compiles, we can discuss it. Because actually, yeah, we have a few options. So so instead of doing this, what is notify target? Notify target, I don't know what is it, but okay. So we broadcast the result through the attacker, right? This is what we said. So the attacker is the one that is sending the message, assuming that he's the one still alive. So, and here we do a combat message. Yeah, actually we need to do it through the planship player controller of this guy. Yes. We need to do it through the controller. I think I would like to change this planship player controller to something else. I mean the name, I think the name, I don't know why we call it base. I think it's just born like this, but okay, so this one basically is broadcast the combat result to all other players. Now, I don't know exactly what is this other line. Notify target. What is notify target? The fact that he got attacked? Ah, yes, it's queuing a perception to the NPC because it was attacked. Assuming he is an NPC. Okay. Okay, that's good. So if he's an NPC, he's getting notified that he's being attacked. Now, we may argue that you are super sneaky and he didn't notice, but at the moment he's noticing all the time. There's no way you can hide an attack. Okay. So now we need to do the same for all the others, but it should be pretty easy because it's just a matter of copy pasting this and getting combat block. Attacker and target are the same, attack location is the same, damage is no damage on a block, makes sense. Attack animation is attack animation, and no defense animation yet, no defense animation yet. Okay. So yeah, this one was easy. The notify is still valid, so it's good. We just have to remember to broadcast though. If you don't broadcast, it will never work. Okay, so we do this. Then there is another one here, attack dodged. So let me copy this whole thing. Attack dodged. So we have combat dodge instead of combat block. Attacker target location, not damage on a dodge. So it's the same. Attack animation is the same. No defense animation yet is the same. So yeah, very similar. This one can go, and the notification is okay. Now I think it will be a bit more different when we actually do damage. So here we do damage, so it's slightly different, but not much. So there is this thing that I don't know what it's doing, but we copied exactly as it is. Combat result, then attacker target location seems to be the same. Okay, final damage actually here is something. Attack animation is the same, and why we have an animation here for defense? We don't have it in all the others. All the others says no defense animation yet, and only this one says I don't understand why, but I don't know why, but let's keep it exactly as it is. Okay, so it's the same as above. I don't know why only the combat damage is this animation in addition to the attack animation, because this is actually the defense animation, right? And only this one seems to read it. Probably doesn't make any difference because we don't have them, but we don't have them yet. So let me see if I catched all the messages, right? So we have the one for damage, we have the one for dodge, we have the one for blocked, we have the one for missed, and this one don't require it. Okay, fine. So it should be okay. Should be okay. Let me try to compile this and see what it does. I mean, there will be some errors, I guess, but I'm eating some strange fruit. I don't even know how it's called. It looks like a very small orange, but a super small orange. Slightly oval. Slightly oval. So it looks like oval small orange. Yes, exactly this one. What is this? Kumquat. I'm eating this thing. Kumquat? What is it? What is the name in Italian of this thing? Kumquat in Italian. Kumquat in Italian is called the same, I guess. It's called kumquat or Chinese mandarino, mandarino cinese. Chinese mandarin. Okay, so I'm eating this thing is here now at the moment. Right now, while I'm speaking with you, I have 4 of them. They're pretty good. They're a bit bitter, to say, but not too bad. Kumquat. Ah, you know it, huh? Maui, you know it. You eat them sometimes. Kumquat. Okay, it doesn't like e-combat results, and the reason is that we defined it after. So being very smart, we will define it before, so it finds it. And I hope it's okay for him. The kumquat, typical fruit. It's not bad. Yeah, this one is kind of bitter. It's not like lemon, but it's a mix of a lemon and an orange, actually, right? At least it tastes like that. It tastes like it's a mix of the two. Okay, let's see if he compiles. If he compiles, we do maybe David. If you are here, we do the discussion while he compiles for real, because I have to delete this thing and then have it compiled for real, and it takes time, and well, not time, like 1 minute, but still. Let's see if he compiles. And if he compiles, we launch the other compile. Yeah, when you change player controller or PS character, is taking way more time. Okay, no, it was not the time yet. It doesn't like. Oh really? I didn't call the right function. Nice. Okay, so let's discuss about that thingy, David, if you are here. So the point is, no, I don't want to save this. The point is the following. the point is the following. So should I do it client and server, or should I do it player 1 and player 2? I don't know. Let's do player 1 and player 2. Let's do attacker, and well, there is also and target, let's call it. There is also the server though in the discussion, because the attacker attacks, right? So the attacker, what it does, it just left click, right? It just left click to attack. Now when he's left clicking, at the moment we do nothing. We go on the server side. No, I think this way this way I cannot explain it. I need server and client. I need server and client, which is always the best. So yeah, so this is much better. So the attacker attacks, clicks on the button of attack, and nothing happens here. So we are playing no animation. I think I have this thing already. Yes, why I'm redoing it? No idea. I have it here. Why I'm redoing it? No idea. Okay, so we have it already. So the client attack left click. The server is doing a bunch of stuff, which is like validating the range and checking that everything is okay, you know, and doing a bunch of other stuff. Move this down a bit. So it's validating the range, the facing, resolving the attack, it's understanding if it's a hit or miss, and then we go back to the client. The problem is that between this and this, there is more stuff happening actually. Sorry, because this is really not true. There is more stuff happening. There is a lot of stuff happening. So the first thing that it does is, yes, it's validating the attack, which is okay. But then after validating the attack, what it's doing is waiting the weapon speed time, whatever we want to call it, the weapon speed delay, you know. So it's waiting that, and on the client side, at the moment nothing happens, which is something that I don't like too much, you know. So you are basically, you are clicking, you left click, and then nothing happens, for example, for 2 seconds. Let's assume for a moment that our weapon is a bit slow. It takes 2 seconds, okay? So you wait for this. Then after having done this, it finally resolved the attack. So this is, let's say, yeah, 1, 2, and 3. I mean, you can figure out, right? So this is one thing that it does. There is another thing that it does. And it is another thing that it does. So the third thing that it does is resolving the attack. So he's trying to see if you hit or miss, right? Then when you have this, he's sending back to the client the information. Consider that up to now the client didn't see anything, right? So he just saw his character doing nothing. He left clicked and nothing happens, which is very bad, I think. It's not what we want, but I'm just telling you how it works now, right? So, so at this point, nothing happened. And our guy here, let me move this stuff down because we don't have enough space. The option for block also, I will discuss it later on. But so we play. So here finally, we know if we hit or miss. So what we could do at this point is to actually play. So let's assume that is a hit. Okay, for a second. So which is easy. So I hit, right? I hit. So if I hit, what I do? I play the animation. I play the hit animation. Animation hit on attacker, right? I play the animation take damage, whatever, take the MG on target, and then I can play, you know, the particle effect, the sound. I mean, I can do whatever I want, right? So what is the good part of this? The good part of this is that basically, based on the result that you have on the server, you get the perfect animation, right? So you can play the animation on the attacker, you can play animation on the target. The same thing if you miss or if you block, you know, you know exactly that that's a block, and so you can play, I don't know, a different animation where the guy moves the shield up and hits the shield and it is a block, or maybe the armor shines, I don't know, whatever, right? And so basically when we are returning from the server to the client, we have the full situation scoped out, you know, we know exactly what should happen. The problem is this time, you know, this time that passes between my left click and what I see, which is 2 seconds, and I think is not really acceptable. So I have to wait 2 seconds to see something. So or we play like a temporary animation. So or we have like something like attack start, you know. So or we do, I don't know. I have to think about it. But or we do something like play attack start animation, and the attack start animation can be something like my character starting to swing the weapon, you know. So he brings it up, he finds the right opening. So basically he raises the sword and finds an opening, you know. So you see your character that is like starting to hit, you know, and then after 2 seconds, when the combat is resolved, your animation continues. I think in this case should be a continuation of the same animation, right? Where sometimes it goes down to the enemy, sometimes it just missed the enemy, sometimes it hit the shield, sometimes it does something else. No, the time will be exactly the same. The time will be the same in the sense that in these 2 seconds, so we will split the animations, you know. So there will be, you know, yeah, 2 seconds of finding the opening, and this will be kind of instant. I don't know how to say, but this will be like boom, the weapon goes down, you know, and it's the last 0.1 second or whatever, 0.2. So yeah, there is a bit of the delay. I understand. I agree to that. But let's say this is just the final piece of our animation, which changes based on the result. So based on what you have here. The problem is that now this is one way. The other way is to play the attack animation anyway here, you know, at the beginning. So we decided we play the attack animation from the start. The problem is that then every animation will be identical. So if we hit or if we miss, the animation will be the same one because this animation already started, you know, so we cannot stop it. I mean, there's an animation, we cannot stop it. So always split it like this in 2 pieces. Always split our animation in 2 pieces, or if we just play it fully here for 2 seconds, it will always be the same animation. The difference maybe will be the sound. So in one case it will do dlang, in the other case it will do swoosh or something, you know. And so we know if we hit or miss, but the animation will be exactly identical. But this means that you will not be able on a dodge to show that the character is actually dodging the attack. While if you do it in 2 pieces, the opponent can actually dodge. I mean, you can seem say that it moves, you know. Which goes back to the discussion if you want to dodge for real or not, you know. Maybe we want to dodge for real. So if we dodge for real, now the dodge doesn't make any sense, right? So we don't have any more the dodge result, and we don't have any more the miss. We only have the blocked. So if the armor blocked, or if we do less damage. But if we miss, is because we actually swinged it wrong. You know, we were too far away from the enemy, or the enemy moved. But there is an important discussion. I don't think we need it now, but we need it soon. You know, we need to decide what do we want to do. If we want to split it in two pieces, I think if we search the internet, apart from the kumwat. If we search the internet, I think there is already different techniques, you know. So like if I do play, start, attack, animation, or split attack animation, let me say split attack animation into start and end, something like that. So using layered animations, I think we should research a bit on this, but I think my feeling is that games are splitting those in multiple pieces. I don't know if there is anything here, but how to synchronize the manage with the technique. I don't know. I don't want to do it now because I don't want to do it now. But I think the point is that we want, let's say, the question is, do we want the resulting animation to represent the result of the combat or not? So if we want the animation to actually represent the result of the combat, then we need to do something like this to split it. Or if we just don't care, the animation will always be the same. Or okay, it can be variations obviously, but it will be the same and not based on this. Then fine. Then fine. I don't know if you were here yesterday when I was explaining the options. So the option of the block and the option of the timed attack. Did I explain you already the timed attack? I think I can explain it to you if you want. If you were not here yesterday or whatever, or the other day. Or... Say yes or no. I need you to say yes or no. I don't know how much delay there is between me making the question and you answering. I'm asking if you have seen this graph already, this timed attack. No? You said yes. You've seen it already. Okay, yeah, because I think it could be a good idea, you know, to give a bonus if you are clicking at the right time. And I think that we can already do it now, because I'm getting, well, no, we cannot do it now, but I think I have a way to do it. It's not immediate, but I think I have a way to do it. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. By the way, I didn't launch the compilation because I was speaking too much, and so I didn't launch it, huh? My bad. Okay, now I launched it. Because it compiled, right? Compiled this side, yes. Yeah, so I think the timed attack could be a good idea, just to give you some sense of timing. And the fun thing is that it will be different from each weapon, because a weapon is 2 seconds, another weapon is 1.5, another one is 0.5. Well, 0.5 will be tough to click, you know, because but anyway, it will feel like you have a timing. to respect, you know. So it's like boom, 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 boom. And if you do it a bit too long, you will feel like it's not right, because the weapon will actually pause for half a second and then restart. Boom, 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 boom. So you will have a sense of rhythm to it, right? You will have a sense, so it will feel like you are learning the weapon somehow. Then another thing that we can do is, let's say, another option could be the gesture for the different type of attacks, you know. So another option I think would be the gesture. Should be pretty easy. I mean, optionally, maybe gesture is even too much, but let's say gesture just for attack variations, right? Variations. So, I mean, don't think to gesture as something complex. I mean, gesture is, for example, just the fact you are moving the mouse left to right, or right to left, or top down, or bottom up. You know. So when you are clicking, you can drag your mouse in a specific direction, and it's doing, you know. So mouse drag the sides type of attack. So that we could do easy. Well, easy, I don't know, but we could do, I think. It's not a problem. So when we drag it, okay, so it compiled. Now that it compiled, we don't need this to start, but we need the editor to start, because we want to go and get the result of our combat message. Now, I don't know what the old client was doing when he was receiving a combat message. I have no idea. I think it was printing out the information, right? So we should search combat message on the client side. I think we should do something like entire solution, otherwise, even if it will be entire solution, there should not be too many. So I want something that is on the client side, which is receiving a combat event. So not here, 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 not here. It should be on the client side somewhere. So it cannot be a manager. It must be, because I want to see the old client what was doing and replicate it somehow. Mode handler. Mode handler, what is this thing? Do we have it? Client is on the client. Mode handler attack. Switch type PS combat event. I think it's here. So for example, attack block. What is this doing? PS manager, get effect manager, render effect, combat block. Okay, do we have combat blocks? That's pretty cool. Do we have it in game now? So is it particle getting, you know, doing something when it's blocked? And then it's saying this. Okay, so yeah, this class is what we need to port. Now, do we need to port it as a C++ class or not? Do we need to port it as a C++ class? Handle special combat event. This is basically a class that resides on the client only. It's creating weather as well. It's creating weather. It's doing some stuff. But I don't think we need it anymore. It's updating the weather. This for us is a blueprint now. I mean, we could just do it in a blueprint, and that's probably easier. Process lightning, update lights, process downfall. Wow, there was so much code for the lights. Now this is all done automatically for us. Again, density. Well, not automatically, but update sounds. All this code makes no sense anymore. It will destroy it. So whoever wrote it, I'm sorry for you, but anyway, he served us for 10 years, so it's okay. Get sounds, find light, set entity. But it's quite a lot here. It's basically weather, lights, and so this thing is basically weather, lights, and combat. Yeah, time of the day, weather. I think for combat we can probably do it in blueprints now. The result, because at the end this guy seems to be very, you know, very big class, but he's not doing much. I mean, his annual combat event. Well, actually, I think we are using this also when we die. Display the text that goes with it. Attack, defend, other. Attack, defend, other. If client is again main player. So it's basically switching. So yes, if you are attacking or if you are being attacked, and then it's changing the messages based on that. How do we know this? Because actually, well, we can check if the attacker is ourselves. Yes, I think we can do all of this in blueprints. We receive the combat event. We check if the attacker is us or not, and then based on that, I say it will be a bit rough to do this in a blueprint, huh? Because the switch is easy, but then I need to do something like this. PS, the timing option is feeling much like the current PS dueling. What do you mean? No, the timing option, yeah, but it will be you clicking, you know. So the difference is that it will be you clicking. It's not doing it automatically. It's not doing it automatically. Or maybe you can have a combo of some kind, you know. So like if you click at a certain time in the sweet spot, so if you click really exactly at the end, you know, so if you click like exactly in the last millisecond, whatever, in the last, we can decide how much. You click here, you have a sweet spot, and this will be like the combo, you know. So he does a double attack, I don't know, for one time if you have the skill, obviously. And this will be a talent. This will be a talent that we need to put in. Then if you have the talent, you can actually double hit if you hit exactly the sweet spot of the attack. Something like that. I don't know. We can think about it, but there are a million ways, you know. Imagination is the limit. So what I was doing, yes, I was thinking if I want to do this, maybe I will do a function, you know. I will do a function that I can call, which is summarizing all this thing, because it seems to me that doing it all manual or doing it all in blueprint, I will feel a bit stupid. Yes, I will do one function on, let's put it on combat manager. Who cares? We put it on combat manager and we make it blueprint callable. No, we put it on, we put it in combat manager, but the entry point will be in PS character. Yeah, I think that would be better. So we put it in Combat Manager, and we call it get results, whatever, printout, get the printout of what happened. So we put it in Combat Manager, and we call it the result is an F string. What do we want to have? Just an F string, or because actually, you know the difference here. The difference is that we are sending a message to the client, and so we are using the same technique. Yeah, I think it's better. We use the same technique of sending message, which goes, yeah. I think we should do this. So it should return void, and there is no need to return anything. We will call it print combat result, or notify of combat result. I don't know, print combat results. The input will be the thing that we just created, our FPS combat event message something blah blah blah. Yeah, but now the question then is why I don't just do it? Why I just don't do it in the? Wait a second, because I think I have the feeling I'm doing something unnecessary. Why I have to go to my blueprint and then come back if I can just do it all server side and that's it? Yeah, we don't need this. We don't need this print combat results. Well, actually we need it, but we call it server side only. So let me think about it a second. So this will be print combat result, right? So when we execute the cycle that we were doing before, what were we doing? We were doing in Planeship Player Controller. We were doing this, receive combat results. We can still do in the sense that there will still be a possibility to do something on the client side, but I think send message with combat results to clients. I think we need to do this and then allow clients to do more after the print. So this is just a hook that we can have in the blueprints that we can still use the combat result to do something. Right now you don't click hit, but you use the keyboard to move in and out of combat range. With a good timing you hit. Okay. So you're moving already, but yeah, but you're not hitting, you are not having the timing with your, yeah. Okay. I don't know if it feels too similar. We may change it later on, you know. So what I want to do at the moment is to ensure that at least we can combat, we can do damage to something, and then we can improve it. So here we are still on the server side, so I can call anything I want. So I can actually do this. Wait. I have to call it for the right player though, huh? Aha! Does this work? I don't know. I have to call it for the right player. So we need to call it for the right player. I will call a send system message, right? I will call, wait. I think I have it. I think I understood what I have to do. on the actor, right? Yeah. On the actor, and then we receive system message, blah blah blah, right? So I just need to pass in the pawn. I just need to pass in this. So it will have two parameters. You will have the pawn, which is an APS character, and you will have the message. So is the attacker, or is the, what is it? No, is not an attacker. It's just a client. It's just someone. Client. Let's call it client. So it's just someone. Okay. So now we need to implement this. We need to implement this. Why is lowercase? No idea. We need to implement this one. And now in this one we copy the whole thingy that we had on the other side, right? The mod handler. Send attack list. It is something I didn't import yet. Yeah. Okay, so we go in combat manager. We go in combat manager, boys. You ready to do this? You ready, huh? We are close. We are close to see something on the client side. I know that I was saying it already yesterday, but let's say that we are closer. So now here I want to copy. I want to copy this switch, which will be pretty much the same, right? With the difference that type will be, what is it? Will be combat result dot event type, and this will be, or what was it called? E-combat result. I think it was e-combat result. E-combat results. So based on this, there is also that. There is also that. Okay. So based on this, I don't think we need to actually call different function because it's very stupid. I mean, I think we can just call. We can just add the code here, right? So why we need to? Why we need to do something? I mean, why we need to create all the different functions? Let's just put the code in here. So the code in here is, for example, attack block. Oh fuck no, because it's more complex than this. Because it's attack and defend. Is attack and defend? I think it's attack and defend, right? Where was it? I lost it. Defend current documents. Yes, there is another switch. Are we really having all those functions all in this thing? All the attack and all the defend. Holy moly. There's 1 million functions. I mean, for example, what is the defend block? What is the difference between defend block and attack block? Yeah, it's only on the text, because the text says attacks you, but you, yeah, it's only on the text, and also on the render effect. Davide, are we using this render effect in any way? Like, are we using an effect for combat block, combat hit you fail? I mean, do we have different graphical effects for this? because I didn't know. I didn't know we are actually playing different effects. Well, I mean, we have the ability from the code. Maybe we never used it. I don't know. But I mean, it seems a bit crazy to do. I think I would just do it like this. I don't want to create 1 million functions. Fuck it. So determine if you are the attacker or the defender. So how to do this? We just need to check if me use effects for special attacks. Nice. No, but the point is not the effects for special attacks. Here in the code you have something more. If I'm the defender, okay, and I'm blocking the hit, so the result of the combat is block, we are actually playing or trying to play an effect that is called combat block. Or we play combat hit. I don't think it's the animation. I think it's something else. It's an effect like a particle. Like combat hit you fail, you see, or combat dead. I don't think this effect is an animation. I think the animation is played on top of that. I think I'm not 100% sure actually. But there are so many. This combat dodge, combat miss. I mean, I could just check in the database if these are defined. But in theory, the code is doing that. Okay, so determine if you are the attacker or the defender. So that's pretty simple. By default, we are attacking. No, let's say just attacking. Attacking equal to false. So if client equals, I hope I can do an equal of an APS character, right? Well, I could get the PID and maybe it's easier. If client get PID equal to, let's say, unboxed, so at least it's not breaking my balls with the thingies. Combat result dot attacker dot the same. Right? In this case we are attacking. So no particle displayed. Now that the skeletons are standardized, it's much faster to add new animation is desired for special attacks. Nice. Nice. Even if I still want a Kran, okay, to attack differently than a Dermorian lady, okay? I really want that. Please, I really want that. I want a Kran having a power smash being different than the Dermorian lady doing a power smash. Also because visually it would look very bad if it did the same thing. So I'm expecting the Kran to join his hands and then move them from up to down, and maybe in the case of the Dermorian lady, I don't know, she will do it differently. She will move them super quickly and I don't know, do something else. Okay, so now basically we need to do this. If attacking, blah blah blah, else blah blah blah, right? Oh my god. So, and now we have to copy all the code. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's do this. I can do it. I tell you. So attack block. There are 1 million, but we will do it. Attack block. Attack block is this one. Render effect. Should I just copy paste everything and then change it later, or should I Yes, I think it's faster if I copy paste. I brutally copy paste. Okay. So attack block, defend block. I think I will make 1 million copy paste mistakes, but attack block, defend block. Then I think we should first pass. Wait a second. First pass we should do this. To do it quicker, like a real good monkey, we should do it this way. First we copy this and we put the placeholder, right? And then we copy this everywhere. So I think I can delete that. No, I cannot delete that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, this is the first pass. Then the second pass is to actually, yes, copy paste this freaking thing. So combat damage nearly dead. So there should be an attack. Why there is no attack damage nearly dead? Okay, my theory already. The second one, he already fucked up. So combat damage nearly dead. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing other nearly dead. Ah, okay. He's doing other nearly dead, so there is another nearly dead. There is another nearly dead. Is only this one? But no, is this one? Other nearly dead. Why we have so in here we are not making a difference if he's an attacker or a defender. A bit confused, boys. Yes, it seems that it doesn't make any difference. Okay, good. This one is in common. We find one where we save time. So this one is the same for all, no matter if he's an attacker or not. Okay, combat damage. Combat damage, we should have an attack damage. We have, and is all of this. And we should have defend damage, which by the way looks exactly the same. There is so much copy paste in this stuff that is insane. But okay, combat damage is that. Then combat that. Is there an attack that? Yes, there is. There is an attack that, and there is a defend that. Okay. Then dodge. There should be an attack dodge. And a defend dodge. Yes. We can do this. Then there is a miss. Then we're gonna miss. So there should be an attack miss. That's a lot of code, by the way. And a defend miss. But by the way, this code is only sending a message and playing something. I mean, playing an effect. So. Then there is a combat out of range. There should be an attack out of range. Yes. And a defend out of range. Yes. Okay. And then the last one, and that's it. Okay, so we have copied all the code. Unfortunately, all of this is code, is old code. But now, my suggestion will be, let's comment out all the effects so that we remember that we want to play an effect, because I think anyway is a good idea. So whenever I have this, it will become this. Okay, we comment out all of those, but we leave them because I want to remember that we were trying to play something. Then this one was basically a setting on the chat system, which was saying that if we filter the combat blocked, then it was removing it. I don't know, do we want this? I mean, I can leave it here and then we will add it back maybe, but yeah, I can leave it here if you want. Then this one is the only one that we need to convert actually. So the PS system message, this PS system message, right? This PS system message should be changed to this as info base. Is info base? No, it depends. In this case, it's message combat block. Oh my god! And then on the client, we have to manage it. I think we have to manage it also on the client, boys. I think this is a mess to port. It's really a mess to port. It's really a mess to port. And it is message combat block. Right? Okay. And instead of pawn, it will be, instead of pawn, it will be attacker, I think, no? I think it will be attacker all the time. Because it's the attacker that is receiving. Is the attacker or is the defender? Who the hell is receiving this message? Who the hell is receiving this message? In theory, is ourselves, is the client. No, is the client. Is the client. Is the client. Is the client. It's not the. It's not the pawn or anything. It's the client. Yes, the client is receiving it. Hello, Russia. Today is signed to you. Interesting to see your work. Everything works out for you. Is there a website or blog? And I can see the code. Hello, man. Thanks for joining. We have a website which is planship.it where you can see the old game and you can you can play the old game. About the actual code, we are giving access to people that want to help. So if you want to help out, get familiarized with the code, we can give you access. But for now, let's say the code is still a bit at the beginning, so it's not really something that you can easily get. But okay. So this one we don't need anymore because it's the publish, which for us is the multicast. But the problem is that this one is not a multicast. It was is a single message. This one is a single message we are sending to the client. So why we should multicast it? If it's not multicast, we should just do this. Exactly. Otherwise, we are multicasting it forever. No. We should not multicast. We should do this. Listen to me. We should do this. The only problem is the range select, though. Did we select the people we wanted to send it before? Yes, we did it. Yes, we did it. This part is a bit messy because I need to understand what to do what to do. So attacking, you attack on blah blah blah. Location we don't have. We have, well, we have combat result dot location. Yes, we have it. We have target location. Right? And then, what is Munja name? What is Munja name? Well, what is the function called Munja name? What is it? Munja name? What is Munja name? Munja name? What is Munja name? Munja name, name target, object name. If name target equal to object race, start of phrase, the or the. What the hell is this? I don't know what this thing is doing, but you know, I don't care. We just copy it as it is and we use it. I don't know exactly what that is doing, but I mean, it looks simple enough, so we can. This would be APS character, I guess, and this will be f string. This would be f string append the name target, and yeah, and this will not be in mode handler anymore, but it will be in my combat manager, and then we need to define this one in combat manager.h as well. Munja name. Okay. Okay, fine. So we have that. I don't know what it does, but we assume it does something usable. Now the chat window, we decided that we will just comment it out for future generations to know it was there. Okay. And then for each of those, we need to do this, right? We need to copy this, put it here for all of them. So maybe I can just do it for all instead of the publish. Let me do this. I can do it for all. Just trying to be a bit quicker on this, because it looks like it takes some time, and I still want to see my results. I want to see my results, boys. How many copy paste mistake I can make in this part of the code? I think 1 million. Huh? There are so many. There are so many. They never end, boys. Is that all the freaking messages like, yes, you did that, yes, you did that, yes, you did that? All the result of the combat. So, okay. I think I copied them all somehow. Okay, so I need now to convert them all. So to do the conversion, we need to just be sure that the combat block, that the message type is correct. Then we have to copy this. Let's do one pass just copying this, okay? And then we will do another pass in fixing it. So I can go monkey mode. Monkey, monkey, monkey. Because that is just a freaking super copy paste. I hope don't make mistakes. I already did it in a not working way, not in a consistent way, but it's okay. So we copy this. We are humans after all, you know, we are not machines, so we make mistakes. Munge. Do you have any idea of what munge means? Okay, then combat victory. You have killed yourself. You have killed yourself? Okay. Interesting. And then combat that. And then combat on that. And then dodge. We can do it, we can do it. It's just a matter of staying calm and relax. So copy this, we put this here, we delete this. There are 1 freaking millions. Do we need these text, by the way? I don't even know if we need these text at the end, you know? So the text is here, because I mean, our game was like heavily text based, but do we still need it? Do we still need this text? Or can the visual effect, you know, what you see on screen be enough for you to understand exactly what is happening without all this freaking text? But anyway, for the sake of completion, we are gonna copy it. So okay, so here we seems to have the right messages. Now I need to do this for all, because otherwise all these strings will not be terminated. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So many. Okay. Now what I need to do? Now I need to add object, target object. Target object. What is target object? Target object and attacker object. Okay, it's clear enough. So all the get data we can remove, because this one do not exist anymore. So we can delete. Okay. Then we can do target object. Yes, target object becomes what it becomes. Target object becomes combat result. Combat result dot target. Right. So tar object becomes this. Should we do it also for these ones? Yeah, why not? Let's do it for all. Okay. Then similarly, at object becomes combat result dot attacker. Right. Okay. Change them all. Done. Now, locate. We still have location left. I think we're pretty much done anyway. We still have location. Location becomes combat results dot I don't know what, target location. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And not that one. I think we're pretty much done with this. I think we're pretty much done. There's still some errors. F string. Munja name. Munja name probably has a default value. Yes. Okay. Now, all the functions that are down here, like other nearly dead, for example, this one is calling other nearly dead, right? So I think we can delete all of those now. I think we can delete. Because now that we ported the code, we don't need this anymore. Okay, I think we should be done. Now there is still something. PS engine, sound manager, get combat stance equal to 1. What is this doing? I have no idea. Can I comment it out for now? I don't know what it's doing, but let's say I don't care. Ah. Okay. Okay, let's try to compile and see. So what I'm expecting now is that we are getting which changes I did to this. I don't know, let's save it anyway. What I'm expecting now is that based on the combat result, we are getting the message in the chat. That's why I think in the third person template there is a jump start, jump loop, and jump end. So they are already doing something like that. So they have the beginning of the jump, the loop while you are in the air, because actually you can stay in the air a lot of time in case you are falling from some place. And then they have the jump end when they actually hit the floor. So I think we can do something very similar. What is this? If name target is equal to object race, how can I have a race return as a string? Gem client actor race. I have no idea what is this. Can I get race info and then get like a race name or something? Pointer to incomplete class? Come on. It's inside PS character. Pointer to incomplete class? I mean, I can import PS character, but it's not really something I want to do. PS character where is in bulk objects. Yeah, so okay, let's import PS character so it's not being annoying on this. Now please let me see what race info has. Come on. Intelligence, wake up. Yes, we are Artem. We are porting it to. We are porting it to Unreal. If you want to know why, you can go to. I can give you the link. Events. This. If you want to know why, you can go there, which is this page, and it will tell you why we started the conversion. Now, this thing, it was in April 2015. It was 3 years ago. Did we work for 3 years on this? No. But anyway. Come on, get race info. I'm going to delete this line. This thing is returning a PS race info, okay? PS race info, how is it defined? Come on. You can tell me. If you want to see the code of the old plan shift, it's all on the website under source code. There is here under source code, there is the link, but there is the, let's say, there is the link to the old source, okay? Not to the new one yet, but maybe we will one day. Mesh name. I mean, I don't know how to get the description of the race, really. I have no idea. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. You fix me. I don't know what this is doing. You fix me. What is this doing? Right? And we just return, for now we just return this. Because otherwise, man, it's too complex for me. Okay, so cannot do 20 things at the same time. Identifier damage. Damage, yes, we need to get it from combat result dot damage. Okay. Was that the last error, boys? Maybe it was the last error. Are you doing it work alone? No, some of the people in the chat here are former Planeshift developers and they are helping me. Some people are new guys that are knowledgeable of Unreal and they are helping me. So no, I'm not alone. I'm not alone, luckily. So there is people helping me, but let's say on the code side, I'm doing the majority myself, but yeah, on the code side, I'm doing it myself, basically. But we have other people like Ravna. There is another guy named Ravna that helped me a lot. He was doing some of that. There is people helping me on the, like Zway that you see here on the chat is a guy that is helping me on the graphics. There is Davide, which is connected, which is helping on rules. So no, there is people. There is definitely people. Print combat results, yes, because I decided to put it uppercase. Just because I can. Munge. Fuck Munge name. Whenever there is Munge name, we have to change it to star Munge name. Except here. Okay? Let's go, boys. There is a chance. Okay, good. Yeah, if you want to watch, let's say I recorded all my sessions, so we are actually at session 98. So there is so much that one building succeeded. Very nice. There is so much that you can see. I mean, if you want to look back at the other videos, every video I'm doing some pieces. Obviously, they are not professional videos like build to be watched and where you learn automatically, right? So it's me trying things, working on it, trial and error, you know, doing mistakes, coming back, fixing it again. So, but anyway, all the videos are available if you want to see how we are making it. And maybe you can just look at the beginning and the end of the videos where I do a bit of the missions. If you want to know what we are doing now, there is the current mission that we have. There is the current mission that we have, which is basically to allow combat to work properly. And we did all these missions already. We are just missing this last one. You see, this one we are missing, but we are gonna do it right now. Maybe. I think it's pretty much done. Just need to see if it works. So it compiled, okay? It compiled. We need to delete the DLL, launch it, and see if we finally get some printouts or not properly on screen. I think we will. I have this feeling. I have the feeling we will get some printouts. And so our combat will start to work with the only problem that the animation will not be played yet, but we don't care. Playing an animation, super easy. But it means that all the rest of the code would be actually working. It would be so good. You cannot imagine how much. Coming from having nothing in Unreal. So we are testing it, boys. Do you want the drum roll? We can try the drum roll, but maybe, you know, I'm overdoing it. Maybe I'm overdoing it. I mean, it will last a lot while it's compiling, but then we are close. No, you speak well English, it's no problem. You're speaking good English. And I'm Italian anyway, so I don't really, you know, I'm not native speaker anyway. So it's compiling. It's compiling. We have a chance. We have one chance. So restarting. Do you think it will crash? Maybe it will crash. This is the first run. So, you know, the first run is always a bit rough. But we will see. So we basically added the code for getting our results on the client. We also have a blueprint implementable event that we can use if we want, right? And okay, so we want to attack this guy or this guy? Let's attack this guy, which is the same to me. I feel more, you know. So we the freaking daylight. Okay, so we just go in combat mode. We are in combat mode, and we left click, and we wait. Okay, saying, can you see it on the bottom right? We have our message. You are too far away to attack. See it? So it's saying that I'm too far away. Could be I'm too far away, so I'm going slightly closer, and I'm pressing my left mouse button again. And I think our server crashed. No? Yes. It did, boys. GG. Okay, the server crashed. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It was the first run, so the first run, you know, it's okay if it crashes. It crashed in a printf. Okay. Print combat result. Okay, combat manager 551. Okay, we launched it in debug mode, which is a bit easier, but combat manager 551. It crashed here. Like combat result is null, maybe? I don't know. Let's launch it in debug mode and see what happens. I have no idea. Combat result should not be null. I mean, should not be. Okay, first run failed. But we have another chance. No, I mean, if it combat results was null, it would give me an error here as well. So it's just giving an error in the printf. Like if 551, let me check that again while it's starting. 551, it crashed here. I know why. Because this target location is actually an integer. And we are printing a string. Okay. Okay, so wait a second. So how was it working in the old system though? It was transforming the location probably, huh? It was transforming the location. Let me see location here. Oh yes, location was transformed somehow. Come on. Okay. Location is actually something that we get. Location? It's something that we get. How do we get it? There it is. So it's transforming location somehow. It's transforming location somehow. So we need to do this as well. Otherwise we can also do this, and we can also do this, I think. So at the beginning of this function, start to be a pretty big function, but we can do this. So fstring location ps engine slot name. What the hell is this? ps engine slot name, slot name hash, get secondary name. What is this? So we have kind of an array that keeps the names of all slots. Okay. I'm surprised, but it's okay. So we have like of a cache somewhere. Slot name inside PS Engine. So if I go PS Engine, where is PS Engine? Is under served? No, it should be under common somewhere. Where is PS Engine? PS Engine is under client. Okay. It's under client. So we have a psengine.cpp. Let me search this slot name. Exactly 0. Perfect. So how do we fill this up? No idea. Slot name get secondary name. Slot name hash. I think this slot name hash we did import, right? Slot name hash. Hash map class the stored name ID of socket. This way we can easily work with numbers and then convert the string if we need to. There is share class about the client and server since the mob both need this. Do we have it in our slots.h? I don't think we have this. Did we port slots.h? Yes, we did. Nice. The problem is that I think this thing is never initialized. It's never initialized. Actually, I think it's just a matter of doing what this guy is doing. This guy is just declaring a slot name in our. Should we do it in Combat Manager? I think in Combat Manager is the perfect place, right? Let's do it in Combat Manager. So in Combat Manager, we declare our slot name, combatmanager.cpp, slot private. Why not? So now we complained it doesn't have slot name, huh? And so I have to import slots, include. Why sometimes it's changing my keyboard? What? Are you serious? Why sometimes it's going from English US to English United Kingdom? Why? Sometimes my keyboard is changing it the way it's working. So slots we have it under utils, so we should import util/slots, and then we declare our slot name here. And then I think that now in our Combat Manager we can actually do slot name.get secondary name. I think this will work actually. And we should use though combat result.target location. And then we should do if combat result.target or combat result.attacker. And this bug1 is a EU log. This one is, let me get it from here, EU log. This should be an error, huh? Yes, it's an error. So this will be an error, EU log, blah 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 blah. It should never happen, but anyway, if it happens. Okay. Now we changed some H files, so it will take much more, I think, to compile, unfortunately. It did it? I mean, it did it while I was changing the code on the fly? Wow. I mean, I arrived exactly at the right timing. Very nice. It's about time, boys. It's about time. to do another test, but this time we will debug it, okay? Because I have the feeling that otherwise. So yeah, so we need to use location. Whenever we have target location, we need to use location instead. So this combat result target location we have to change, except obviously from here, but we have to change because it's not a string while we want to print out a string. I don't even remember how we were selecting the locations. Davide, do you remember if the locations are completely randomized at the moment? Because actually we are hitting, you know, we are hitting a location. Holy fuck, I did something very stupid. I substituted with the wrong one. Can you believe it? Okay, I think that's all of them, right? Yes, I substituted with the wrong one. Should be substituted with location. No. Should be substituted with star location. I will do it, huh? Don't worry. Don't worry. There is a chance I can do it right. Star location. Okay. Okay. Now it should be okay. Now it should be okay. They are random, huh? They are random, so maybe, I don't know, we can think about it, you know, if we want to have a way to target a specific location. Like, I don't know, if you, maybe what we can do, we can target. The problem is that if you start to have one location which is more vulnerable, you know, everyone will just continue to hit there. So if you like say that the head is more vulnerable, everyone will hit the head. So I think we need a smarter way. So maybe, I mean, it's true that every location has his armor, right? So maybe you have armor on your head, and so you get. But I mean, I don't know. Depending on where are you looking at, I don't know. There is one game that is very cool. I don't know if you have seen it, which I think is called Super Hot or something like that, which is basically slowing down the action. Is slowing down the action of the combat when you're actually doing your action, your attack. So you're like moving normally, and then when you are attacking, it slows it down really, really, really much. And so the time freezes, let's say, and you are able to attack the exact spot. Which I think is pretty cool. The problem is that you can do that only on a single player. Because in a multiplayer, obviously, the other people cannot wait that you do your action. Okay, we are building, boys. What was the name? Kumquat? Kumquat. I'm eating the last one. The last of the Kumquat. Can be a movie, you know? Yeah, it's called Super Hot. You played it? I just seen the movies, the trailer. Special attacks. Okay, so like you have yeah. Yeah, maybe you have a special attack that allows you to, yes, to target something. Maybe the first level is just top and bottom, you know, of your enemy, and then as you go on, become something more. So if you have the other level, which is the exact location. The problem is how to choose it, but maybe you can choose it at the beginning of the fight, or you can choose, I don't know. Or when you click, there is a when you attack, there is a quick pop-up that shows you with like a radial, you know, radial menu. You know what is radial? You know what I mean with radial menu? Yeah, I think you know. Huh? Radial menu, something like this, right? Something that is around your mouse, right? And it's like head. The problem is that if you have to do it every time you click, man, you become crazy. You know, so if you have to click on it every time and say, hello, I want to hit that and this, I don't know if it's a good design. I think people will get bored very soon of clicking on. But anyway, we can think about it. We can think about it. Okay. Okay, so we are testing it, boys. We are testing it. We are testing it. Now we have to add also the animation, okay? We will add the animation, but it will be played 2 seconds after our attack, unfortunately. You ready? You ready? So what we need to do, we need to select this guy. Again, there will be no animation, okay? It's normal that there is no animation. Don't freak out. And the day is becoming night, obviously, because he wants to be annoying. And what do we do? Drum roll. Okay. So we attack and we will go in debug mode, right? Because we enabled the breakpoint there. So in theory, my breakpoint triggered, yes. Let's see what it does. Location is equal to something shitty, so it's not correct, unfortunately. Okay. And it's doing something anyway. Did it crash? No, it didn't crash. It didn't. But I didn't get any message though. I got a message saying that character, I mean myself, changes to full defensive stance. Maybe I missed. I mean, why I didn't get any message? And why, by the way, location was completely fucked up? Okay, I think we should debug it. Get secondary name is returning a char string, by the way. A const char, not an f string. So we can make it return. Okay, so let's debug it for real. Okay, I wanted to see if by any chance it was working, but it's not. So let's debug it. So combat result is dodge. Okay. So we should go inside dodge. Exactly. We are the attacking player. And so we should send this message to the client, which is, I cannot read it, fuck it, because but we don't get that one. Why we don't get it? We don't get the message. I think it was correct. He was trying to print out the dodge. He was trying to print out the dodge. I think I know. I think I know. The problem is that on the client side, we didn't do anything for all those. You believe it? I think I believe it. So I think actually we received it, but we didn't print it out on the client because actually, yeah. I will show you. I will show you where is the missing piece. And by the way, we can also add the animation at this point, I think. We can also add the animation. I think the client receives it though. I'm pretty convinced. Pretty convinced that the client receives it. So we should search for receive system message. I think it should be this one. Exactly. So there is a receive system message on client. No. Receive system message. No. There should be this one. Event receive system message. This one is the one that we receive from the server. We also print out something. We print out receive system message server side. So at least server side we should see that getting printed out. Yes, in fact we see it. Okay. Then we go here, we send it on the client, we do this, and then we go inside of this. And then inside of this, as you may see, all the ones related to combat are not managed. So we have to decide the system color. Do we have a color for combat? I don't remember. Do we have a color for combat or not? I don't know if we have a color for combat, but anyway, we are not managing this. So we should. So I think that info and server are doing different stuff, right? So info is also playing something else, is doing receive message, draw message. There are some that are actually drawn on screen and others that just go to the chat. So yeah, so I think we should connect everything. So message combat, combat dodge, combat block, you hit each other, blah 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 blah. All of those should be connected here. Right? I think so. Because otherwise we are not printing anything. Now we may decide to specialize it, so we may specialize somewhat, like for example, when you die, I mean we can put it as a different message, but for now I think that we don't care and we put them all here. Okay, so we just print it to the into the chart. So this was one thing missing. Then the second thing missing is the animation, which I guess we can add now. I just need to stop the server, otherwise I will have a problem. And why there is two windows? Because one is the search window. Okay, so so this we did fine. The other thing we need to do, what did I say? I wanted to add what? I forgot. Yes, the animation. The animation. So the animation. Do we do it when we receive this message? No. Well, in theory we could, but it's not the right way. The right way is to use the one that we triggered something, right? We trigger something on player controller? No, on PS character. Yes, we decided to. Yes, allow client to do more after the print. Exactly this one. So is receive combat result on our pawn, which we think it should have been multicasted, but actually at the end he ended up that is not needed, but it's fine. So receive, so here we should have, I hope it's here already. Yes, there it is. Event receive combat result. You see? How cool is that? So we receive combat result. So now we can, from the blueprint, do whatever we want. And at the moment, I will just play the attack animation. But actually, we could also, I mean, if we end up being hit, so if the event type, I could break the event type. I could switch on the event type actually. And combat dodge, combat block, combat damage. Right? I could switch on this and play different animations or do different stuff. Now, at the moment, we don't care. We just want to play one animation. So we will just play, if I search play, I think there is, where do we have the play animation thingy? Okay, I like this one. Like mesh, we have to get mesh, play animation, and then we have to decide one animation. Okay, pretty easy. Where was I? I was here, but not here. I was here, okay. So we do mesh, play animation. This thing we don't need, I'll just leave it here for sake of clarity so that we can do more stuff. And in terms of animation, we play the attack, okay? Then we will have to decide. Okay, yeah, one issue here we have is that we need to play the animation of the right cast. So we need to create some functions to play the right animation. I think we have it already. Why I'm doing this? I think that Cyborg already set up the, where is it? It's only on the crank character though, huh? Or is for everyone? I don't remember. No, it's for everyone. Yeah, anim attack, here it is. Anim attack, anim multicast. So, anim attack, yeah, I can call this one. I think I can call this. Now this part has to be organized a bit better because at the moment I have to say it's a bit messy. Huh? So at the moment the attack and animations and all of that, a bit messy. So we are in character blueprint, yeah, so we can just do this. I think we can just do this. Let's see what happens. So what I'm expecting now is that after 2 seconds, after having clicked the attack, do you want to launch it normally without debug? Okay, let's go. Without debug. Just launch it and believe. You should believe, boys. Believe it works. So what I'm expecting now compared to before is that our messages are properly managed, and so we receive the information that we are attacking on the client in our chat window, plus I'm expecting the animation of the attack to play once. And I don't know if that animation is ever getting reset, that I don't know, but probably no. But it's something that we can sort out another day. I mean, the only thing I want to reach tonight is the fact that we are receiving the right information of the result of the combat, and the combat is actually doing something, you know, server side. So all the code, at the moment, all the code for combat is executed. So whatever we were doing in the old plan shift, we are doing now, in terms of, let's say, server side data, right? So I go here and I hit 2 seconds. I want the animation. Thank you. Okay, the animation is not finishing though. He played it twice. Ah, yes, because he played it twice. One for the primary weapon and one for the secondary weapon. Okay, that's the problem. But unfortunately, I don't see anything in the chat. Fuck it. Why? Well, I don't see anything in the chat. That's pretty bad. Why? Didn't work. I don't know why. It didn't. I think we arrived here, but we can print out to see if we arrive there. I think we do arrive there, but then we are stuck there. We don't, you know. What is it? I'm a bit confused now where I am. Under Magic and Combat? No. Was on Player Controller? What was that? Was on Player Controller? I think it was on the character, not on the Player Controller, but... No, it was on the character for sure. It was on the character and was called Receive Combat Results, okay? Where is it? Is here, okay. It's under Event Graph in the middle. Because it's in the middle that I was confused. Okay. Why I placed it here? I should place it at, well, okay. So here we are on the server side, right? This one I will receive for sure because we played the attack animation twice. But the problem is the receive system message. The receive system message is not working as expected. So the receive system message, we receive a system message server side, we go on client, we go here, we ensure that the player character and not the character receive the message. This one I'm not 100% sure, in the sense that receive combat results. So this one is sent to each client, right? Is sent to each client, and then each client, which is client, I'm sending it with receive system message, and then in the blueprint I'm receiving it here. I'm not 100% sure that is what that is working, because this one was working when I was broadcasting. Oh, it should be pretty similar though. It should be pretty similar because I'm broadcasting to all the players. The message come here, then I get, because here I'm still server side. Okay, let's add quickly a printout and see what happens, okay? because I'm not convinced that we received system message. Let's put one here, and then I want to put one also here, but here is connected for sure, so this one should really work. I mean, if we arrive here, I think we are in the right spot, you know. And then the receive message is just adding it to the chat. Yeah, but for some reason it's not working, so I'm suspicious. Why is it not working? The server is for sure sending the message. The animation we played, okay, we played twice because it's one for each hand. And at the moment the animation is a bit stupid because it doesn't know that it's the other hand. So it's just playing the same animation twice. But it's okay. And he's playing it after 2 seconds. So he's waiting the 2 seconds like we said. And then he's playing the animation. So that is going exactly as expected. And I would say, considering it's multicasted, also all the other client will see it. So all the other client will see that we are attacking. The problem is why if I attack this guy, I don't receive any message. So let's see on the client if I get anything. Yes, I receive. We receive the system message, and again we receive a system message. We receive a system message. So we actually receive it twice, which is correct. So it seems that the message we receive it now. For some reason we don't print it out, or the chat doesn't receive it. Like the guy flew away. Yes, we receive the system message, but it's not printed out. It's not printed out. Now, I remember there was something broken on the... There was something broken here. Can we print out... Okay, let's do something. Let's just print out the message, okay? So that we at least know that something... I mean, we at least know if we get the right event. And then we will say, okay, so because this is what we want. So let's print out receive system message. So let's just print out the message line, okay? So we are 100% sure that we get the right results, and then we will figure out why. But I don't care. There is some problem, I think, in the chat window, because it happened to me already that the system messages were not received anymore. I'm not reading the chat since 1 hour, so should be an anticipation animation with 2 seconds or longer for telegraphing, and also to show the strength of the attack based on the wind up. Yeah, I think we should do this wind up thing, so that is like charging the hit, you know. It's like charging the hit, and then it's hitting, and then it's going down and hitting. That is the idea. I think that's the idea. Okay. So now we should see the printout message down below. So I select the target and I hit. The character flies because there is collision detection. The 2 messages, yes, it's correct. You see, we have one message that says current character as dodge your attack, and another one which says your attack current character but misses. Okay, and then the location unfortunately is garbage, but I will fix that. It's just garbage because we are returning, I think, a string and not a real value. I don't know. I will see. I will see why. But yeah, but we are getting our combat results. I think we are getting our combat result, boys. So I think the mission is not fully completed, but let's say the result is that we can see what happens in combat. Now we just have to print it out on the chat, but who cares? I mean, this is a simple one. Let me try to select this guy, this big guy. I will select this big guy and I will try to attack him and see what happens. So it says lava character is dodge your attack, right? So he can't dodge my attack. So he's basically we are trying to hit, but is dodging my attack. So I think it works okay. I would like to do damage once, but like now I hit him. You hit, but you fail to do any damage. You fail to do any damage. Why? Give me a good roll. Please, give me a good roll. I'm missing. One he dodged and the other one I missed. This one I hit, but I failed to do damage. You still dodge. I'm missing. Dodge, I'm missing. Dodge, I'm missing. Why we don't do damage? Should I raise my skill in something? I think it is this skill is sword, so we can try to raise the skills and see what happens. Let's go in the database, and where is the database? Let's try to raise a bit of skills that we have, okay? So that we see if maybe we hit. So if I go under character skills, and so my character is 116. All my statistics are at 50. Maybe I will put them at 100 and see what happens. So I will put all my stats at 100, and also I will add swords. Yeah, swords I have rank 22. Well, rank 22 is pretty good though. Okay, let's do rank 100 in swords and see what it does. The monster is in full defense. Fucker. He's scared of me, huh? That's why. He's scared. He knows that I can do damage now. He knows it. He knows it, so he's going full defensive. Why is going full defensive, by the way? Because it's the default stance? Yeah, I think it's the default stance. So, as a default, the monster are saying, "Wah! You're attacking me! What the hell?" And so, yeah, they go in that stance. And then if we go, I think we should give a delay though on setting the stance, because if it happens between hits now, I mean, if I cheat the system, you know, to change the stance when the other guy is attacking me, and I change it back when, I mean, it becomes like a block. So it becomes like I'm blocking things just by changing the stance, which I don't think is what we want, right? I don't think is what we want. Okay, so this is the client window. And I go here and I attack this guy. It cannot attack an object. Well, I selected the guy. Okay, I selected him now. Yeah, we also have this selection thing. We have to think about it, right? I failed to do any damage. I failed to do any damage. Why did I fail to do any damage all the time? Now my skills are pretty high. I failed to do damage. As dodge your attack. What the fuck? has dodged my attack. I failed to do damage. Ah, I'm blocked. This time I was blocked. Blocked by what? I'm blocked again. I'm blocked again. This monster I think is shit, no? Or do you think he has good stats? I'm missing now. Yeah, we have the rules that we have now in the dummy database are very simple. So I don't know how much they are considering, you know, the weapon, and the rules are very simple. I always fail to do damage or I'm blocked. Let me check this guy, what kind of statistics he has, okay? So this monster is, I remember it was race number 33, but I don't remember. Let me check. So he's fighter 1. Well, actually he has strength 65, 65, 65, 60. And let me see, fighter 1 number 6, does he has any skills? Yes, he has some skills. He has a skill ID number 2 equal to 100. Skill number 2 is X. No, so he only has a skill to attack, but doesn't have any skill to defend. Right? I mean, I'm a bit concerned that our script is not working. I have all the variables here, so I could, you know, attack roll 0.7, defense roll 0.9, weapon skill 100. You see that is considering my weapon skill, and target weapon skill is 0. So, but unfortunately, I'm not doing any damage. I'm never doing damage. Like blocked and dodged, and blocked and dodged, and blocked and dodged. I mean, I can. Yeah, there is this defensive value 100, which is probably, yeah, the fact that the monster, like you were saying, is in full defensive. And so in full defensive is pretty strong. Yeah, it's probably nullifying all my attacks. But I mean, no fear, boys. We can cheat more. No fear. Okay, now my skills will be 400 to everything. And my 400 apply. Did I apply before? I'm not sure I applied. Yeah, applied. Yeah, probably I did. And the other skill will be 0. This one will go to 200. Okay. So we have 200 in swords and 400 in all the characteristics. Like GG, boys. You cannot win. You cannot win versus the database edit. I mean, full defensive anyway should put only his defensive value. I mean, his attack value to defend. So, I mean, he has 16 the skill, okay, but should not be that dramatic. Right? Can we kill it? Can we do damage? So I select this guy. And I want to see my client. My client is here, okay. I go and I attack. It changes to full defense. Oh, I hit, but I failed to do any damage. How do I fail to do any damage? This weapon has 0 damage? Why? Okay, he flew away, you see? He fucking flew away. But he still dodged my attack. That guy. Why? He's here. I don't even know if I can still hit him. If you're asking me why he moved, he actually didn't move. He moved only on the client side. Okay, that's bad, but anyway. He's still here in reality. For the server, he's still here. In fact, I'm colliding with it. Okay, well, that's another problem. I'm too far away to attack? What do you mean? I'm here. I must face the enemy. The enemy is here. I always miss. I always miss and dodge and miss and dodge. Okay, I have to check the... I have to check the data, you know. I have to check why. Maybe full defense in this case is so strong that... Maybe full defense is so strong that I cannot hit anything. Maybe my weapon is not strong enough. I don't know. Even if my skill is 200, man, so I should destroy him. Let me just fix this one because it's annoying. The fact that it's not printing out properly the slot. Oh no, it's too late. I think I have to go. So, but it was a good session. I think we can consider it nearly done because we are getting the result of the attack. All the calculations are done. Now, for some reason, we are not able to attack, and that's something we have to investigate because it seems weird to me that with superpowers, still we get a fail, you know, in the attack. But it's also true that we have dummy variables at the moment, dummy things. So, I mean, dummy rules. So the rules are pretty simple in the database, and maybe they are. I mean, they're not that bad. Like the combat, the combat script is kind of okay, but for some reason is failing here. So final damage is always 0. Final damage, heavy stance minus target DV. I think this target DV is fucking us up. I think this target DV is a problem. By the way, the target DV here is 0. Heavy stance. So why? So if my final damage, let me check one thing. It's very strange this time. It's very strange. So let me check one thing. By the way, we have 2 attacks. One is with the fist and one is with the weapon. The reason is that we always attack with all the available weapons, and the bare hands is always available. So that's why the moment we do that. But I'm trying to understand why. So attack roll 0.1. Okay, this was a very shitty attack roll. Defense roll 0.9. Come on. I mean, okay. So this is the rolls that we make. I understand, but okay, like this one is the opposite. Is attack roll 0.7 and defense roll 0.1, right? So it defended like shit and we attack it super good, or anyway good. So now my attack value is 200. My attacker stance is 0. This can be the problem. Is normal 0 or normal should be 1? Because attacker stance is 0. You know? Zero is a bad number. I don't know if attacker stance... AV stance is doing attack value, but attack value is only the weapon skill, right? So anyway, we should consider AV stance and target DV. These are the two that are calculated for final damage. Right, so attack, what we said, a V stance is 0. This is the problem. A V stance is 0. Why a V stance is 0? Because he's doing attack value multiplied by attacker attack damage mode. Maybe this one is returning 0. This attacker attack damage mode, maybe is returning 0. That could be. That could be. Attack damage mode. What is this? Attack damage mode. Attack damage mode. Attack damage mode. Select star from stance. So it's something that is set in the stance. In the specific stance. I think maybe I'm also in full defensive, because at the moment we don't set the stance, so maybe I'm in full defensive as well. So he's in full defensive, I'm in full defensive. We will never hit each other, you know. I think that's probably the case because I didn't select the stance in any way, so. Attack damage mode under stances. That's probably the case, boys. I think it's just the problem we didn't implement stances yet. So fully defensive. Okay, so attack damage mode obviously becomes 0. So if we are in full defensive, we will never do damage. Okay, so how do we know in which stance we are? How do we know it? Let me search stance. But no, here it says current characters start to attack with stance normal. So in reality we are in normal stance. At least it looks like. Now if it's real, I don't know. But it seems that we are in normal stance. So if we are in normal stance, our attack will be 1. So attack damage mode should be 1. I mean, we can print it out. It's pretty easy. I just do this. No, look, I just do this. I just add a new variable here, which is called attack damage mod print, whatever, right? So this will be a new variable. No, I don't want to save it. This will be a new variable, and I want to save it like this. And so this will be printed out when we dump the variables. Unfortunately, it's starting to be a bit late, so I have to go. But I would like to do this last test, just to see if it's a problem of the stance or if it's something else. It's weird that is. Okay. Let's select this guy. And let's try to hit this guy. So now we should print out. So we attacked. So let me say there should be a new variable. I don't see it. I don't see it. I restarted the server, right? Why don't save? Calculate damage. Yes. It's called attack damage mode print. Attack damage mode print. Maybe it's not printing it because it's 0. No, but it should print it out. Let me do it like this. Let me just search it in the server. No, it's not printed. Why is it not printed? I don't get it. Maybe because he exit before. Ah, yes, he exit before. He exit before. Okay. So we need to retry until we get at least. Fuck, it flew away. When I hit him, I don't know. There is collision detection enabled for some reason, and so we actually make him fly to the moon. I think also in this case we didn't hit. Why is this? Okay, let's try to attack the monster. There is something weird. So I select this guy and I attack him, okay? Okay, he's in full defensive, who cares? And I missed. Yeah, so obviously if I miss, I will not do. So I need to find one where it says that I did 0 damage. So in this case I missed again. Okay, you failed to do any damage. Okay, this one should have the printout because we failed to do any damage, so he arrived to the point. Huh? I don't see that variable. But I don't even see final damage. Final damage should be here. I don't see final damage. I mean, it looks like we are exiting from the script, you know, before. Attacker stance, target stance. So for example, do we have attacker stance and target stance? No, we don't. Maybe not printing them all, is printing the first whatever 20 or no, I should not be. So it seems that we are exiting, you know, before this. We are exiting in the blocked. If blocked is less than 1, let me see. Is blocked in this list? Blocked is not in this list. Come on. So if it's not blocked, then it should be dodged. Is dodge in this list? Is not. Okay. GG. So there is nothing in this list. There is mist though. Mist is before this. Mist is before this. Holy shit. So we actually missed. Okay. Let's try again. Can I get a decent hit, please? Final damage. Okay. Yes, attack damage mod print is 0. Okay, so we are in full defensive stance actually, for the engine at least. Or we are not loading properly the stances, or there is some other issue. But you see, all of this is 0. The attacker stance is 0, the target stance is 0. So the stances, I think the stances are not loaded now, because at least one of, yeah, the stances should be one of those. Full defensive is number 6, by the way. So we have some values, right? Like for example the attack value is correct. Let me save this one. Let me select all and save it somewhere, because I think that I can analyze this without scrolling up and down all the time. Right? It's a bit easier. Like my weapon skill is okay. The target weapon skill is not okay. Well, maybe yes, because I attacked the monster. I attacked the monster, so it should be 2. No, because he's actually having an axe and he's wielding a sword. So I think it's correct that it's 0. I think it's correct that it's 0. Attack delay is 4 seconds. Attack ID is 1. But yes, definitely the stance are not correct. So this attacker stance is fucked up. Should not be 0. Should not be 0, because if this is 0, you see this attacker combat stance. This one is not working. I don't know if we really use it in the script. Probably we don't even use it. We don't even use it. But we use this one, this attack the mage mod. This one we use it. And this one unfortunately is 0. Why 0? There may be some piece of code that I didn't actually port fully, and so we are not loading. Could be. There should be a function under scripting that returns this value. No? How is possible that is this the right name, or we have something not working in this script? I'm not fully convinced that this script is correct. WC whatever. Wait a second. I'm checking if the script, because I have a feeling something is bad here. Calculate damage. Does this thing exist in production? Yes, actually it does. But then, if he exists in production, why? If he exists in production, right? Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. All these properties we didn't port. All these properties we did import. This get property is actually on gem actor. I ported the ones that were on PS character, right? Like for example, there was get skill something, you know, get variables. One second, I think we are close to finding the error. We are very close to find the error. The problem is that there is a piece of code I didn't import. Get properties, get property, get property. Exactly this one, you see? I imported this, but I didn't import the ones that are on gemactor. I didn't import the ones that are on gemactor, but pretty easy to fix. Pretty easy to fix, boys. Doesn't take much, it takes 5 minutes. We can do it. We can do it. Let's do it quick. So it's under PS character. Is under get property. Yes. So all of this now. I would say was originally in gem actor. So we should port also all the properties that were in gem actor. Absolutely. In theory, also the one that are in gem object. So all of this. Yes. And actually, the way it was doing it was doing first the one in gem actor. He's doing first the one in gem actor, and then he's doing these other ones. He's doing it differently though. Probably. Yeah. So I have to change all of those. So all of this will have to go to nothing. Oh my god, no current project, please. And let's say this will have to become space equal space. Okay. And what am I? And prop should become property. By the way, property is a keyword. Not a good idea to use it, but anyway. And what else? If property equals to this, I think this should be okay already, right? No, and then we have all double parentheses we should remove. Then I don't know why we don't have else if, because well, it's returning anyway, so it's doing a return, so it's the same. The else if is not doing it. Okay, so I think now we have this attack the mage mod, which should come in, and it takes combat stance, attack the mage, so it should already be correct. I think it should already be correct. Get client is advisor banned through. Do we have this? I don't think we even have the. Yeah, we have it. Okay, fine. If we have it, it's good. No. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Get advisor point or 0. Get his advisor band or true. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Okay. Okay, let's see if he compiles. No, I have the editor open. Stop everything. I don't want to not reload. Okay, let's close everything. I think we were just missing one property, boys. We were missing one property. Do I want to save Planeship Player Controller? Yes. Do I want to save everything else? No. Okay, the editor is closed, so last recompile and then we go, but I think this may be it. This may be it. So now, if that variable bumps in and we have really 200 and 400, we will do like 1 million damage. Even if it's full defensive, you know, we will do 1 million damage. Okay, that was a good one because yeah, it was just a piece of properties that we did import because in the old plan shift we had gem actor and PS character, two separate classes, and now I merged them into one, and so I'm porting the pieces that I need because I don't want just to, you know, import everything and maybe there is a lot of stuff that I don't need. Also because the concept of having a separate actor, I mean, it was good at that time, but now we don't need it. And so I'm only porting the pieces that I need. And yeah, and this means that I can have some leftovers, like in this case, but when we test the stuff, we see it immediately if something is missing. We see it right away. Well, not right away, because actually it took us like 1 hour to figure out. But okay, let's say we see it. We hit our face on it, and then we know we made a mistake. Mistakes were made. Okay. So server is up. Client. I think it deserves a drum roll. I think we have a chance. I think we have a chance. We have a chance. The guy will die. I think he will die, but we don't have the die animation connected. But I think this guy, if I do damage, he will actually die. He will actually die because it's too much damage, you know. Okay. Let's see. I'm attacking. Normal stance. I did 500 damage. I see it on the chat, super small here, but I will show you. I did 6,000. No, I did 600 damage. It's very hard to read this fucking. We need a background of this thing because it's not readable. You hit love char on the whatever for 600 damage. He's nearly dead. What do you mean he's nearly dead? 600 damage, he must be completely dead. Let me hit it again. Go. Why is not hitting it again? My server crashed? What happened? Oh, the server is up. I think he's dead. He's already dead. Yeah, he's already dead. We killed him. I mean, we don't see him dead because there is no animation, but we actually killed him. This thing is dead. We killed him. 600 damage on the face, not on the belly. We did 600 damage right here on the belly. He's dead. Let's kill this guy as well. Let's kill this guy. Let's kill this guy. We can kill him. How many HP you have? I don't care. I have millions of stats. Take this. Boom. 400 damage. Doesn't tell me that he's dying though. 400, I think he's dead. Because if I attack him again... If I attack him again... He says he's already dead, you see? He says he's already dead. Nice! Guys, we did it! We killed the first monster. This thing pinches. We did it! We did it, GG is dead! Where is my GG sound? GG! Totally GG. Okay, we are doing damage like a boss. 600 damage, 400 damage. I mean, this weapon is like super good. No? No, it's probably me that cheating in the database, huh? But anyway, very happy about this. Finally, we have some damage done. So now basically how the system works, I have to click to hit. So I will just run away. Now the next time I will have this guy follow me, okay? So I will have him follow me and attack me while I'm trying to attack him, and we will see who will win. Yeah. The next stream, I don't know when it will be, because tomorrow, unfortunately, I cannot stream. It's pretty bad. But on Wednesday, I think I can. Right? Can I? Yeah, I think I can. So on Wednesday, I think we will do the reverse. Well, not the reverse, because it's the same. Actually, this guy is already able to attack me with the same rules, because he's following, apart from the fact that it looks a bit like me. Just a bit. He just has the sword on the other hand, but I can fix that. But let's say, in terms of rules, he has his weapon on the left hand. Now I have it on the left hand as well. So let me put on the shield just because we can. What is my shield? I have a claymore. Let's put a claymore on. What is my shield? Do we have a shield? Round shield. No, I want the shield on the right hand. Yes, correct. I cannot put it on. Does not fit into that slot. What do you mean? My round shield doesn't fit here. Why? Okay, we'll put two weapons, okay? Ah, because the claymore is two-handed. Ah, that's why. It doesn't tell me, but this big sword is two-handed, so it doesn't fit because obviously there is the claymore in the other one. It's just not shown. Okay. So we can put the shield here now. We can put the axe. We can go in combat mode. We cannot see ourselves, unfortunately, but it's okay. We can see each other from down here. Maybe not. Okay, guys, I have to go, but it was a good session. We finally managed to freaking kill two guys. We killed the big lava monster and this guy. Means that the rules behind are working okay. Means that everything seems to be working okay, so we just need to make it a bit more fluid because it's not very handy that I have to target and click. You know, I would like to just hit without targeting, but we can probably do something that, I don't know, he swings or he target automatically what I have in front of me, something like that. And then we want to have this monster answer back and try to kill me. And then we want this monster to chase me and kill me, right? These are the next steps. And then we can say that we have a game. That would be amazing, boys. Immediately have a game. You didn't believe me, huh? You did not believe me. Now you have to. Okay, with that said, I will go. Yeah, Claymore needs two hands. Yes, you recognized it before me. So with that said, I think I will go. So thanks for watching, and I will see you probably on Wednesday night or Thursday night, but let's say Wednesday at the best. See you, boys.